scary story.
Well, it's kind of a scary story. Kind of a sad story. It's called The Mad Dogs of Summer. And this is how my summer has gone. I don't know any of you guys, but my summer has been wonderful, beautiful, and nothing hurt until the end, which was now. And so many coincidences and connections. So this is what it's all about. Mad Dogs of Summer. This was to be the summer where everything is beautiful and nothing hurts. We all agreed on this as we watched the sun come up on the first day from a warehouse roof, drinking wine and swapping stories for dreams and expectations of the season with the circus folk. Our hearts were screaming, "Dear God, I know I was born with all 10 toes and fingers, but please just take me with you." This was also to be the summer of tattoos and earthquakes. Barbecues every weekend and devil in a woodpile at the hideout on Thursdays, sneaking in our own beers, of course, because $2.50 is too damned expensive for an old style or a PBR. And after we pissed our government checks away on lowriders and sissy bars, well, you know, style wins over comfort and practicality. There were short road trips in the cards, some to get to friends in faraway lands. Some took us to the Great Accordion Museum of Duluth, where we had to battle the Black Rivers, cutting and flooding Wisconsin's countrysides. And sometimes there were short odysseys just to get to a damn Waffle House, because we all come up on that moment in our lives where the only thing that matters is if it's topped and covered or smothered and capped.
Woo!
And the local caricatures of those hole-in-the-wall roadside dives, well, they shared their drinks in quarters for the jukebox. And the stories were what really counted. High-class strippers of the late 80s, unemployed murderous tramps, and skinny men that climbed towers to change light bulbs for a living. All lamenting the mistakes of their youth that led them to this point. Stories that can make you cry tears of mercury, but none so sad as when they departed and told us to have a nice life. Have a nice life. Catchphrase of the last summer. From butterscotch and pea soup colored motel rooms, we'd push the empty bottle of Jim Beam a little harder into her chest as we declared dragstick courage and hollered, "I'm not meant for this normie world." So damn loud, it was as if the damn plane was going down. Mornings were met with the carnage of 100 or more dead soldiers, cheap and domestic from the little Jiffy Mart on the corner that smells like your roommate's cat's breath. And the stench of sin, still there no matter how hard you scrubbed. And of course, this is all new to you, even though you damn well know that a liar is a liar is a liar. And the only advice your friends could offer in a drunken 3 a.m. confessional toilet stall is that, well, love comes in spurts. It hurts. You just couldn't get wise to those tragical lies. But who could have seen it coming? Who would have ever guessed that Pirate Jenny's heart was as deep as the ocean that she was stuck on? With a head full of typewriter ribbons, she sent postcards from the Black Freighter, each marked with X's and O's and lipstick prints. Yeah, some of us fell in love and some of us up and died. Swept up in the embrace of a crazy young broad in snakeskin boots from the rural Oklahoma area, never to be seen again. But I guess you don't really get a choice sometimes. And when she sent you packing and you came home with your tail between your legs, you shared the grand details of your affair. Warm kisses in the pouring rain, tasting sweet from wine, twisted ankles from shirtless romps in the park, phone calls in the middle of the night to gush about the first girl she ever slept with, cuts and scrapes and love bites, ooh la la, one fine kettle of fish, one fine summer romance. Of course you didn't have a choice. The only way we could forget those broads was to swing our hips so hard that it hurt and bathe in the sweat of strangers at shows, salt-stinging cigarette burns and mosquito bites scratched too hard. One fine fuck-up to another, life as we know it is one goddamn beautiful mess. Last summer, we had given up and plotted our escape from this life. 5 more years, guys. 5 more years in the world's end. Just 5. But that wasn't comforting this year, even though it's only 4 now. We skipped the high fives and the Armageddon and went straight to making sure that this was the last one. The last summer. We made wild beasts of ourselves, eyes circled with sleep deprivation, soot, and smeared makeup. Werewolves we were, chasing cars and howling at the moon with the neighbor dogs that we loved to drive crazy with the shitting accordion playing, and the front porch Rocky Horror sing-alongs at 4 in the morning. Everything we did merited a celebration. Bad dates, pet funerals, the 18th anniversary of when Cousin Randy was hit by a train. Every party was the fabled Brigadoon, and we'd always hit the ground running after a long night of beautiful eyes, lavender champagne, and stomping out the beats and smashing June bugs. And we fought the good fight, too, loving every punch we took as much as every one we gave, hating our enemies with every rotten tooth in our heads, screaming, "Fuck you, buddy! Black eyes to ya!" There were so many coincidences that it just felt like an elaborate game of connected dots. From living on the same block that another person grew up on to finishing thoughts and sentences, even discussing the underlying meaning of the song Girlfriend in a Coma with several different people in a 2-week time span. Because really, everyone is breaking up. And we really, really need to know what Morrissey was trying to say because we've reached the end of the sidewalk. Bridges collapse, buildings burn, and fences are torn down. Your secret is safe with me as long as you play lookout while I piss behind the dumpster. As long as there are pep talks to ask the leggy girl in the corner to dance, only if there's crying to be had on shoulders and no one has to pay anyone back and you're tossed out on your ear right along next to me, banned from the bar. But hey, who the fuck in their right mind would play a song like that in a jukebox at a time like this? And now the fireflies are gone, and I can barely hear those kids howling over the cicada scream and the buzzing heat of the sepia trees. The lilac wine is finished fermenting, and the mornings are chilly and dotted with blue and purple trumpets of the morning glory vines. Back to school, back to hoodies, back to spreading the world with the great pumpkin. Burning effigies and bridges with the ghosts that waited for us on the other side of the season. Light another torch to carry, because this was the last.